So thanks for joining me again. We're in the new studios for Octave Records, and we've made some progress. So this that you're looking at is the control room A. This is where most of the control functions will happen for the tracking room, which the tracking room is where we have the musicians, and that's behind this window here that you can see. And what I wanted to show you, well, a couple of things. First off, quite a few of you have written in and asked me about the isolation booth and what an isolation booth is. And I understand that there can be confusion around that. So here's the window. We're inside the tracking room. And here's the window, which is identical to the window in the tracking room over here that the control room guys will look through. But an isolation booth or room is simply another small tracking room. So you've got the big tracking room where the musicians, the band would be playing. And if we want to record, say, a singer or a quiet instrument, let's say we have a band with drums and bass and lots of singing, and then we want to add an acoustic guitar. We want the capture of that acoustic guitar to be done without all the bleed from the other instruments. So we would place the person inside of this isolation room. And that's what an ISO booth basically does. And I know that's pretty dark, so I'm going to get out of here. Another couple of questions that people had, you can see all the mineral wool. The mineral wool is very specific and it's expensive too. So most of the recording studios that people do put together, they use fiberglass insulation, regular insulation that you might have for just a roof or a home. This is very special. It's called mineral wool, and it is really, really dense, sound absorbing, and hard to get and kind of expensive. So that's what all the walls are built. And you can see they are double walls, as I showed you before. So here you can see wall, wall. Then you've got the mineral wool out here. If we were to pull this back, you can see inside, see how those bats are in. And something else I wanted to show you and share with you, if we can move over here. Here's lots more mineral wool. And I'll show you the neighbor's wall here in a sec. One of the things I wanted to share with you is when you isolate, oops, all these machines in here, make sure I don't get killed. When you isolate with double walls, one of the things that you need to do is to use, see this here? This is like it's a fiber, it's kind of soft, and this is, you can see it here, and this is used to support the wall between the two walls. So we wanted to, so they don't flop around, right? So they put this type of stuff, this kind of, I forgot what it's called, but it's a very soft, acoustically dead material that connects the two walls together without any kind of sonic problems. And that same material is used throughout the floor. So everything on this wall is resting on a board and that same material to keep it isolated from the floor. So the walls are floating, and as they're tied together, it's done with that special material. Lastly, I will share with you this wall. So this is our neighbor, Matt. And Matt runs, I don't remember the name of it, but he runs a Foley studio. Basically, they do a lot of movies, and they do overdubs for movies, and they'll add stuff. And he's got his studios right next to ours. And so inside here, in our main tracking room, we're gonna have bands playing. And we wanna make sure that Matt is protected. So a new wall is gonna be put up. This has already got 6 layers of drywall and fiberglass. So we're gonna build yet another double wall and rock wool that will be, and mineral wool, if you will. But you can see here it is. They call it rock wool. Safe and sound. Boy, this stuff is hard to get with the parts pandemic and all of that. Okay, we'll have more for you, but I just wanted to keep you up to date with what's happening with Octave Studios, and we'll talk to you later.